your host, Jay Gonzalez. I do appreciate you guys joining me today. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. And comment below on what topics you want me to cover. I'll go ahead and review them. And if they're worthy of the show, I will definitely cover them. So let's go ahead and get started today, folks. We have a great show for you guys today. And we're going to go ahead and start off with topic number one. Topic number one, it's coming from Steve from Chicago. And he's asking, what's the deal with the police? What needs to be done? Why are the police look like they're just standing by and letting things happen? Is it by choice? Is it by orders? Or they just don't want the headache? Is it just not worth it anymore to be a police officer? What needs to change? Okay, well, Steve, thank you for submitting the topic. And, you know, this is the type of topic that crosses a lot of people's minds. You wonder when you see all the looting and all the things transpiring and people just walking out with grocery bags full of stuff. Are the police just standing by and watching it happen? The reality is it has something to do with almost everything you discussed. Yeah, sometimes it is political. Yes, sometimes they just don't want the headache. And yes, sometimes it is by choice. It is a combination of things with the police department. The morale. They're currently feeling that the system has the back of the criminal more than the officer. They're realizing that a moment's mistake or an overreaction, or in your mind you're thinking you're following police protocol and policy and training methods, and it can still land you in jail as an officer. What needs to change? You know, people can talk about, yeah, there needs to be more training with the officers. And, hey, you know what? If it's beneficial, why not? Anything helps. But also what needs to change is policy. There is a revolving door for criminals. There is lack of accountability on the criminal side. We're living in a society that feels that, to an extent, a criminal can do no wrong. Give him another chance. He's always worthy of another chance. Most of the crime that transpires, I'm talking about from carjackings to even shootings, are committed by teenagers, minors, especially in Chicago. What would happen, and again, this is just I guess one of my theories again. What would happen if, let's say, your child is out in the street, 16, 17, a minor, and he commits a crime? What would happen if the police end up catching him? They lock him up, as usual. And then they go to your house to lock you up. I wonder if that would change things. I wonder if the actual child, because that's what they are, who's committing the crime, would feel any remorse for what he did, because now his mama's involved in the headache. There's been cases that the parents have went to jail because the son brought a gun to school and committed, some murders, or brought the gun and shot somebody in the street, or whatever the case may be. Why not every crime? One thing is when it transpires when he has permission to be out the house, when he can be out till, during school hours or whatever the case may be. And maybe on the way home, maybe an hour. But when it's after curfew and he should be in your house and he is a minor and he commits a crime, without a doubt, you should be charged for more than just curfew. The parents should be held accountable. And I know this might sound cruel, tough, or whatever the case may be, but if the parents are held more accountable, then I think that the person committing the crime is going to think twice when he knows that his mama's going to end up locked up as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm seeing things a little differently. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Hopefully, Steve, I did cover your topic. And if you feel I could have said something else or did something better, please comment below. Let me know. And those of you guys that are watching, comment below as well. And let me know what your thoughts on it. Should there be more stricter laws for the criminals? Should the police just stand by or should they engage? Let me know your thoughts below. So we're going to go on and move on to the next one. Next topic number 2. And this is coming from Claire from Valparaiso, Indiana. Thank you, Claire. And she's asking, is racism real? Or is it just kept alive by the social elite for their political agenda? Have you ever had a racist experience? How did you handle it? Have you ever been called racist based solely on your political beliefs? Okay. Oh, and the last part of her statement. Is it more of an older generation thing or a younger people less racist today? All right. Racism. You pretty much, if you're alive today, you know what I'm talking about. You hear it everywhere. It has been pretty much the top thing. I believe the FBI listed racism as being one of the number one threats. So clearly it's a big deal. Or is it? I'm in my 40s, early 40s. And I've been on this world a long time. I have lived in plenty urban areas, pretty much my whole life. I've lived around mixed races my whole life. Latinos, blacks, a couple whites. And I've been to many places in my life. And I can honestly say, in my 40 plus years of living, I personally have never had a white man come up to me and say some racist shit to me solely because I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican. Never seen it. Never happened to me. I've never seen the Klan marching or anything in that nature. But I will say this. There has been something racial said to me. And at first when it happened, I was a little shocked. Like, are you serious? You know what I mean? And it's something that I shook it off. But in my mind, I was thinking like, yeah, I mean, anybody can be. See, there's this big thing that only white people can be racist. That everybody else can't. Any minority, any Mexican, any Puerto Rican, any black, any Asian. And that's bullshit. Because I've actually had 2 encounters with something racial said to me. And it was not a joke or nothing like that, or it was definitely real and meant to offend. And the crazy part about it is that it was said by black people, a black person. And again, I'm not sensitive to let it affect me or bother me or anything in that nature. I just shake it off and say, you know what, screw them. But is it more than just one race that's guilty of doing it? Absolutely. And some might argue that right now we're experiencing a form of reverse racism. Being more racist towards the whites now. I'm not going to sit here and say that we may share the same political beliefs. Those of you guys that know me know. But not every Republican or conservative is racist. Newsflash. Not every liberal, okay? Not every liberal is racist or, you know, whatever you want to call them. But there are people like that out there. So it doesn't matter what color of the skin you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you have hate in your heart, you have hate in your heart. If you got a problem with certain people, well, it is what it is. You got a problem with certain people. So, is it being kept alive by the social elite? I would say, yeah. Stop talking about it. Just stop talking about it. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. How much change has it done? But why do you want to keep it alive by continuing to talk about it? Again, maybe I'm wrong. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Hopefully I answered that question for you, Claire. And I do appreciate you submitting the topic. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the final third topic. And this is coming from Robert from Glendale Heights. And Robert's asking, would you date someone with the opposite political beliefs as you? Is it a deal breaker? Do you not care? What if her entire family leaned politically to the opposite side as you? Ooh. All right, Robert. Thank you for submitting the topic today. And here's my thing on it. Personally, if I dated somebody that had total opposite political views, if I'm feeling her other than that, I just won't talk about it. I just won't talk about it. Because I want to know her, what she's about. Her political views, you know what? Sometimes that changes. Changed for me. I leaned one side my whole life. And then started questioning that side and wanted to see how the other side was. And I found out that some of my beliefs, they support. So I went with that. But if she's on a total opposite party and she's always constantly rubbing it in your face, or whatever the case may be, maybe has some feminist views or certain views that lean towards the other side, and it's constantly being thrown in your face, then yes, it would be a problem. Then yes, it's not going to work. But if that's not happening, who gives a shit? And as for her entire family, if for her entire family, same rules would apply. Stay out of conversation when they're talking political stuff. You're not out there to try to change her family. You're out there to date her, to be with her. So who gives a shit what they got to say? If they ask you, well, you could always say I'd rather not comment, which will probably let them know, like, hey, this guy must lean to the other side. Or you can try to plead your case. But I would say approach with caution if you're going to try to plead your case, especially in a family environment. So hopefully that answers your question. I do appreciate, Robert, you submitting this topic. And again, who cares? if they lean politically to the other side. Just don't talk about it. So we're going to go ahead and do the end of the show recap. Topic number 1 came from Steve from Chicago, and he was asking regarding the police. As I said, a lot of policy needs to change. Sure, there should be extra training for the cops and stuff like that, but keep in mind that the criminals are getting away with a lot of stuff, and there should be more consequences that might include the parents if the minors are doing it. Topic number 2 was regarding racism. Yes, Claire, it has happened. Yes, it has happened to me. And no, it wasn't by a white person. So anybody can be racist. And topic number 3 regarding the political beliefs. Who cares what the family thinks? What matters is how you feel about her and how she feels about you. As long as she ain't throwing it in your face, you know what? Let it go. So that's the end of the show, folks. If you guys like the show, please like and subscribe to the channel. And comment below on whatever topics you want me to cover. And remember, till next time, you ain't living life unless life is controversial. Peace out.